Hey, welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. If you enjoyed our brisket enchiladas, you are gonna love this recipe, especially if you enjoy chicken. So today we're gonna do chicken enchiladas. They're very similar to the process of the brisket enchiladas, just a little different and a lot quicker because it doesn't take as long to tenderize the chicken as it does the beef from the brisket. So first thing first, I got about a little under 5 pounds of chicken thighs. These happen to be bone-in. They were bone-in, skin on. I de-skinned them. You can use, and I would recommend using boneless, skinless. Makes it a lot easier. But either way, it is okay. So starting out, 5 pounds of chicken thighs, like I said. We're gonna give it a little coat of the Mexicano after I give it a little spray of avocado oil. One sec. All right, little binder. And on goes the Mexicano. Now we're only going to do one side of these because this is just going to add a little bit of flavor. There's going to be a ton of flavor in these, don't worry. Just give it a good coating. Doesn't have to be too thick. There we go. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking to give it a nice light coating. These are going to go on the smoker for 45 minutes at 225 degrees. So while that's cooking in the 45 minutes, we're going to prep the braise that these are going to then go in the oven. So I'm going to go throw these on the smoker, again, 225 degrees, upper shelf, indirect smoking, just to put some smoke flavor in them and get them a little bit cooked. The real magic is going to happen when it braises. So I'll be right back. All right, the chicken's on the smoker, 225. It's been going for about 15 minutes as I prepped all this. So let's talk about the braise. Today we're using 2 quarts of chicken stock. As always here, when we do stock, we always use the better than bouillon. But if you're going to get the chicken stock in a can or in a box, that's perfectly fine. Just realize you need about 2 quarts. So in it goes. Let me give it a stir. Make sure that's nice and mixed up. All right, so 1 whole yellow onion. I like to use the sweet ones, gives a little better flavor. So chopped rough, doesn't matter. It's gonna go in here. It's gonna start breaking down as we cook it. And at the end, it's all gonna go into the Vitamix to be blended up to make the enchilada sauce. So 1 whole onion. A bay leaf, which will not get put in the Vitamix. It'll come out before the end. 4 cloves of garlic and the peppers. I'm using 4 ancho chilies, 2 guajillo chilies, and 2 chipotles dried. So when I use these, right, I like to take almost all the heat out. So I'll cut the tops and stems off. I'll slice them open. I'll de-seed, devein them, and then into the pot they go. If you like a little heat, leave a little more in or substitute a little hotter chili, but I recommend dried. They will rehydrate, and when you put them in the Vitamix to make the enchilada sauce, it will be fantastic. So into the pot they go. All right, now all we're waiting on is our chicken. So the chicken will be done in about 10 minutes. I'm going to start preheating the oven to put this pot into, covered. So 375. Gonna prep that oven, grab the chicken, I'll be right back. Okay, chicken is off the smoker and it needs to go into the brining solution. We're just gonna drop it all in there. Now you wanna make sure, once it's all done, that all the chicken is well submerged. All right, all the chicken's in, it's all well covered. On goes the lid and into the oven for another 45 minutes. All right, chicken's been braising in that wonderful braising concoction that we created earlier for 45 minutes. So now it's time to shred. But of course, like I said earlier, I used bone-in, so I have to debone it beforehand. So let's take the lid off, put this puppy, hot, over there on the stove. Prep for handling some hot meat. I'm just gonna cut away the bone. Pretty much fall off as it is. And like I said earlier, if you used boneless, skinless, you wouldn't have to do this step, but Mike said there is boneless, skinless in there, but he's using it later in the week. I guess it's a good thing I didn't find it. All right, that's all the chicken, so I'm gonna get rid of these bones and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna make the sauce. So, get something nice slotted, either a slotted spoon or like this here, basket. You wanna get all the solids, the leftover, all perfectly softened onions, peppers, everything but that bay leaf. Get it all out and get it into your blender. Now you want about 2.5 cups of fluid that you're gonna fill it to. So on your blender, fill it to about 2.5 cups. Try not to make a mess like I just did. That's about right. Put your lid on, nice and tight. You're looking for a nice smooth consistency in your enchilada sauce. That looks pretty good. Let's give it a taste. You may need to add a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of salt. So, and lime juice to give this a little bit of more flavor. And we'll see how it goes from there. Now the fun part. So, we're gonna take about 1/2 cup of the enchilada sauce, put it in the chicken, and then we're gonna using 2 forks, we're gonna just shred it. And get that juice all the way to the bottom. All right, that looks good. Now I'll be honest, Charlotte did this for me last time because 1, I'm getting my hands dirty. We all know that Greg doesn't like that. 2, you know, she's just better at that kind of thing. So, got to give her the props. So, let me get rid of these forks and we'll set up and we'll make these enchiladas and then we'll get them in the oven. All right, got my station here set up. So, first thing we'll do is take some enchilada sauce, get the bottom of the pan a good coating. And don't worry, don't be stingy. There's plenty of this sauce to go around. So, 1 tortilla. Oh, need my rubber gloves. Don't want to get my hands messy. Ew. All right, so forgot to mention 9x13 pan that we coated the bottom with the enchilada sauce. Tortilla, right? Good helping of that chicken, right? Pepper jack cheese that I shredded. Now, pro tip. Pepper jack cheese you normally can't find pre-shredded. So buy yourself a block, drop it in the freezer 30, 45 minutes, and then shred it yourself and it won't crumble on you. You'll get a nice shred. So pepper jack cheese, a little bit of green onion. We're gonna do the roll, tuck, place, seam down, all the way at the end. We can go to the next one. We should get 10 to 12 of these pretty easily. I'm using 8-inch flour tortillas for this. You can use corn if you like it. I'm not a big fan of corn tortillas. The texture's, you know, a little off for me. All right, there we go. 8 in this pan. I've got another small pan I'm gonna fill also, but let's go ahead and get this one in the oven. So, take your enchilada sauce, de-rizzle across the top. If you want to spread it out a little bit, that's fine. And then cheese. Give that top a good coating. All right, so this is going to get covered with foil and put in an oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Once that 20 minutes is up, we're going to pull the foil, put it in for another 15 minutes to allow the cheese to get all melty and brown, and then it'll be all done and ready to taste. So we'll see you then. Okay. 20 minutes foiled, 15 minutes unfoiled. Got this gorgeous set of enchiladas in front of us. Let's plate it up and see how it tastes. Oh, chicken is so tender. It's probably hot as Hades right now. If I don't say so myself, perfection. Hey, if you like what you saw today, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the bell, and you'll get notified every time we put out a new video. Until next time, we'll see you at the Galley of the Sun.